What's up, YouTube? We are back. Okay, so little update on the Sportster. This back wheel, this Katana back wheel that I had refurbished, sandblasted, painted, new bearings, rotor, all of the sprocket, everything. Some reason it won't fit. Well, it wasn't made for it, so yeah. I can't make it work. So all the way flush up against here to the point to where those bolts on that rotor are almost hitting the swing arm. The wheel is still skewed all the way over and rubbing the left side of the fender. So that's not going to work. I am going to buy, at a future date, I'm going to buy a chromoly swing arm for it to put a 180 wide like an R1 wheel or something on the back of it. For now, we'll run this one. It's really a shame because I did the weight comparison, and just putting that Katana wheel on there would have saved me 10 pounds of unsprung weight, which is like taking 30 pounds off the bike. So the good news is the front wheel, I don't have to buy a sport bike front end because this front wheel is gonna work. There's some differences in diameters between the Suzuki axle and the hole, the bore here, and then on the other side I got to make some sleeves to slip in there to center that up. I can probably, if you guys see these floaters right here, these rivet heads that the disc floats on, I'll know more when I get those sleeves made and get everything centered up, but it is really close right now. Those rivets are actually hitting the brake pad by about a 1/16 of an inch with the stock Harley caliper mounted in the stock location. So once I verify that and I got the sleeves in there, I may just take these brake pads out and maybe clearance the bottom of them a little bit. I'm sure there's going to be some people out there that don't like that idea, but if I wear a mask and use like a hacksaw blade or something to cut that brake pad material off, just enough to where it'll clear these guys right here, the top of these, it's like that much right there. So I can knock a little bit of meat off the bottom of those brake pads and it won't hurt a thing. So, and that's taken probably about 8 pounds off the front end of the bike, which is good and bad. So kind of a double-edged sword when you're running a no-bar bike. Shaving weight off the front of the bike is not necessarily a great idea. Makes it more wheelie prone, but I was fairly decent with the clutch back in the day, so I think I'm up for the challenge as long as we get the gearing somewhat right. Once I got the engine out, we wiped down the frame rails. They were covered with 20 some years of grime and grit and mess. All these oil lines, I think this is the oil pump supply. This is hell, I don't know what it is. This one and this one might be a vent. I think this is some kind of a vent. Well, that's crankcase, I don't know what it does. Anyway, these lines are all real hard, and actually I damaged this one getting it off the engine. It was pretty dry rotted, so I'm going to replace all these lines. It's just like braided reinforced hoses. Let's see. There's your primary, your transmission. Like I was stating in a previous video, here is the front engine sprocket. Now I did remove, here's the stator. That's a lot of rotating mass right there. That's probably 3 pounds right there. I just took off the end of the flywheels. So that'll let the engine rev a lot faster, which is a plus. The clutch is going to be upgraded with a You know what? I don't remember the name of it. It's a add a clutch plate kit that comes. You can buy it through Hammer Performance. I know you guys hear me mention them a lot, but honestly, guys, they are really the go-to for Sportster stuff nowadays. Seems like everybody else is on the bagger bandwagon. The transmission's in very good condition. Let's get to the engine. Here we go. Okay, so this thing, if you guys remember right, had the front rod bearing fail on it. Now, as I'm taking it apart, you guys can see chunks of, well, maybe not. I found, there we go. Nice chunks of rod bearing and stuff. I don't know if the oil pump survived that mess or not. Depends on how long you rode it like that or tried to ride it home knocking or what, but that remains to be a mystery. Right here's the replacement flywheels I'm going to use, still pressed into the left case because of the Timken bearings. These flywheels are in good condition. I got to clean them up a little bit, put them in a solvent tank, wash it up. I bought Eastern Parts. These are the Timken bearings and races. This is what's called pre-registered. It has allegedly has a correct shim in it and a left side crankshaft seal. So I'm going to take it to the local Harley dealership and have that flywheel. I'm going to buy a shop press and press that out because I can do that without hurting anything, and likewise I can press these flywheels out of this left case without hurting anything. What I can't do without the proper equipment is reinstall the other flywheels in these cases without damaging the flywheels, because I don't have the correct tool that fits on the they call it the sprocket shaft, this side. So basically what it is, nope, I'm sorry, the other side. What it does is there's a tool that threads on this right here and adds some other threads to it, and you slip a collar over it, and then you crank down and it presses this outside bearing in. And that's just a race right there for the seal. Yep, that's a seal race right there. But anyway, what it does is it presses that left side bearing onto this shaft and captures the flywheels, if you will, in this left case. So there's a few videos out there. I think it's an Australian or a British guy called Black Dirt Cycles done a video. Hell, he made his own tool to do that with, and I considered it, but my lathe machine shop access is pretty limited anymore. So buy this tool, you guys, if you're going to be taking this pinion nut off. It's I don't need to worry about protecting these, but if you're trying to take this apart with an impact or something, you could knock your wheels out of true. So this tool was 40, I don't know, maybe it was 50 bucks, but it's, again, it's a Hammer Performance tool, well worth the money. Especially when I'm putting it back together, I won't screw up the flywheels. I am going to upgrade to a bronze pump gear, but I got a lot of scraping and brushing and power washing and stuff to do with these cases, but I am going to take them to the local Harley shop and have them assembled and set the in-play correctly, and verify I have the correct pinion side cage bearing. That way I know everything's good and I don't have to worry about it. So we'll call this part 9. I've got quite a bit of parts to order. I'm going to go ahead and go with a 1275 kit and make it, Hammer makes the kit with the specific pistons for those Buell Thunderstorm heads with the 15-degree dome on them, 10.5 to 1, whatnot. So hopefully I'll once I get the flywheels replaced or the other flywheels reinstalled in this one. This set of flywheels, even though I guarantee the crank pin, the rod pin is destroyed, that stuff is available. I'm going to send these flywheels out and have them rebuilt, probably at a Dark Horse, and with some Carrillo H-beam rods, so that when I get another set of cases for future engine build, I'm going to build a this one's going to be a 1275, but it won't be super street spec. In order to build a super street spec one, I really need to spend about $5,000 on the top end. Certain camshafts I have to send to cases, get these lifter bosses clearanced, get some other things done. Let's see, what else do I got going on here? There we go. Tried to upload another video, but it doesn't seem to want to upload. But this right here is the cam cover that I have cut down here. It had a bunch of material sticking down way down here. You couldn't get to the oil pump, and it had more material like right up through here, and it made it up to that original pulley cover. So the reason it's got this kick out right here, I'll show you guys. This is the cam cover. As you can see, all your cams are bushed and your pinion shaft is bushed right here. Well, there's two dowel pins on this whole deal, okay? There's one here and there's one here that locate this cover correctly to line all that stuff up. So I left this on to locate right here correctly, and it doesn't look too bad. I wasn't worried about how this actually looked. I cut probably about a pound or more of material off of this thing. I am going to scuff it up, knock the clear, that factory clear coat down on it, and paint it black just to get rid of the shininess. It's bad enough I'm going to have a chrome primary. Look at that thing. Boy, that's chrome. I do have a non-chrome one, but it's so damn old it doesn't have a derby cover, so I don't think I want to mess with that. Even though you can't really get to the clutches, you still get to the adjuster. It's got a smaller cap in the center instead of the big derby cover. Might have to research that a little bit. I may end up using it, I don't know. But there's an oil pressure sending unit right here that I need to just remove that and put an 1/8 pipe plug in that, because that just is a idiot light anyway, saying, hey idiot, you ran your bike out of oil. So by the time that light comes on, it's probably already too late. There was this hole right here. There was that material I cut off had some kind of a plug pressed in or screwed into it, and it channels up to here, and I'm not sure exactly if it's some kind of I don't know what it is. Anyway, it had a plug in it, so what I'm gonna do is I went ahead and took a tap and tapped it 1/4 I'm just gonna take some Loctite and run a set screw in there and plug that back up. Right here's where the wiring for the Dyna 2000 is going to come in. Right there, goes down through that hole. And I did this with a cutoff wheel on an angle grinder, and then I took a sander to it. So it ain't the prettiest thing, but it beats paying 95 bucks. That's what Hammer charges to do it. So, and the others are clean, you know, milled, got that nice clean milled look to it, but it's a drag bike, man. I ain't going to no bike shows. Not for 95 bucks. That 95 bucks could buy something I need a lot worse than that. So I had the tools to do it myself, so I did. There's that. I got bags of stuff everywhere. Bags of stuff everywhere. Let's see. I think that's it, guys, for now. like I said, I'm pretty confident once I get those sleeves installed. The one on this side is going to be a lot bigger than the one on this side, because this hole, let's see, here's the original Harley axle right here. So as you guys can see, this I think it's 7/8 diameter right here, fits in that side, and it also works as a spacer. It comes up against the wheel, and this is also quite a bit bigger than that Suzuki axle. So I'll be able to make a sleeve that fits inside that hole over that axle and takes up the space in this hole right here. And it'll come in, and it'll also act as a wheel spacer on this side. I'll be able to capture it with a washer on this. This side, on the other hand, is going to be a little bit more difficult because there's not that much of a difference in there. There's some, but I can't leave it like that in good conscience. I got to put something in there to center that up. But it's coming along slowly but surely. Hopefully going to make some really good progress on this thing here in about the next month. I'm really itching to get this thing out this year. Yeah, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notifications so you guys will be notified when I upload a new video. Any new videos on this bike, or any of the other ones for that matter. I am going to sell that guy right there, 2012. I think got a guy coming tomorrow to look at it. I'm going to sell it. Chances are I'll probably just go buy a brand new 250 to go along with my 450 and not have to. I've just got too many other projects. I really want to focus on this one. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I appreciate your support. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.